Hey everyone, welcome back. Now, of course, it's been quite a few months since last posted a video, which probably would have been beginning of the month. Or, no, not the month, I mean, beginning of the year, I suppose. So, because it's been so long, figured do a little bit of a reuniting with everyone, just see how things are going. So, without further ado, pretty much short and simple of it is that earlier this year I was moving to a new place. So a lot of my stuff was getting packed up and didn't really have time to be making videos. So pretty much had everything put away and then finally got a desk set up, which is wanted to get some that's much brighter, more open than my previous setup, which the other setup, the desk was a much nicer quality desk, but it was just too dark, I found. So got a different desk with a little bit different, with a more open feel to it. So pretty much got this set up. Still have yet to still have to get a spray booth and stuff set out, as the garage space is much larger where I do my painting. Issue is the windows aren't exactly in the ideal location, so trying to have an air vent somewhere is still needing a little bit of work to be done. And of course, just clearing out a space that's dedicated to it. So I do hope to have more videos on the go during the month of August coming up here, or pretty much the month coming up right now, depending on when this video gets out. So without further ado, what you see in front of me has been something I've been playing around with for a little bit of time here and there, which is the Fujimi garage and tool set, which has been a kit that's been around for a couple decades already. So this is the box of it. So pretty much a bunch of tools and accessories. So pretty much during this time been putting a lot of it together, as everything about this is quite a time-consuming process. Now, did end up getting two of these kits actually. How this is coming along was kind of by a fluke, as bought one kit, found out it was just the garage setup with no tools or anything. So, I want to make it look good, so might as well get the tool set, which of course also comes with the garage. So you have the garage and tools, and just the regular garage. So had two of these kits. So figured start putting them together, and then in the instruction booklet, seen that when you have two of these kits together, you can make a larger display. Now, of course, thinking about it now, I could technically go larger, doing a 2x2 setup, which the base already itself is about 15 by 9 inches, which is a pretty good setup for a diorama, especially for a 1/24 scale. Truck I have here is an old 52 Dodge, which isn't exact, which I don't think, which is probably closer to like 1/30th, 1/28th scale. But it gives you it gives you a good idea on the size. Now, it might be pushing it to put a tractor trailer unit inside, or at least just the tractor unit, as the trailer is going to be sticking out far beyond everything else. But yeah, so got the clear beam here. Actually, for the what goes in between is there's what's provided is a couple sheets of plexiglass, so you can have this a fully caged off area and being able to see everything without it getting all dirty and everything, which I figured is quite cool. Yeah, there's quite a lot to it, and even going through the instructions with a lot of the parts, actually, everything about this actually is quite a tedious process in itself. It's like building this shelf rack, pretty much like putting IKEA furniture together. Gotta make sure everything lines up properly which looking at now, the top shelves here aren't exactly lined up perfectly. Probably need to bring those down a little bit, or bring it down. But of course at a distance it doesn't look too bad. And then smaller, then of course like stuff, you have the toolboxes here, which these are like 5 pieces just to put these together. The base, sides, and top cover. Quite a lot to do on that. And then got another toolbox here, which the drawers here do slide out, which is a surprising touch. Now, of course, left those out so those can get painted separately from everything else. Now, of course, what's probably the most tedious of these have pretty much been this hoist, which I just have just lightly glued together so that I can get all these parts painted individually, like the crane arm, the boom. Well, I guess the boom itself. Paint that separately, and just have the shaft and the support base that can be painted as one unit just to make it look a little bit better. Still a little bit trimming to do on some, just a little bit around the edges. Then of course this here was probably the worst of the parts so far. Had a little floor jack, which in itself isn't bad, but the fact of the matter is this consisted of like 8 pieces. Like you have the arm that comes out, the supports, the frame itself, and the handle. It's just trying to get these all lined up, making them look good. Otherwise, it just ends up looking like a cobbled mess. Which most of the time, when you find a kit that comes with a floor jack, more specifically the AMT MPC Racer's Wedge truck, those end up having little tool sets, which are all just molded in one piece, so you just paint it and then decorate it as you go. So it's quite a lot to it. It's going to be a while, of course, to get it painted. And then especially like got the 2-post hoist, which pretty much just have one of the posts glued on each side, so that pop these apart so that I can get the arms to slide in between, which will look nice when all done. Not quite sure what I want to do for a lot of the colors, but sure it'll work. Pretty much take a look online, see what there is, figure something out. So yeah, it's pretty much a side thing that I've been working on. Does, of course, have the sheet here with a bunch of all the parts with color coordinating stuff. So pretty much that's been one of the things on the go, and it's the kind of thing now, like while I'm at it, might as well show you a bit of the setup, how it's going now versus how I had it before. So this is pretty much an overview of the desk. Got the display set up as I was rambling on about earlier. And then to the side here, got pretty much a paint tower full of my testers, enamel paints. A couple other things here and there. Got a bunch of my Hot Wheels 78 to 81 Camaros, which I do intend to having lined up across the top. But in the meantime, I just have this one, which I picked up just recently from the Hot Wheels Ultra Hot series. And then going on to the next shelf, got a bunch, pretty much what's just been a storage room for stuff I haven't quite figured out what to do with. And it's got a few tractor units. Got Chevrolet hauler, which goes with a couple Camaros. Currently have another Lincoln Continental, this being a 79. Tower stack of what I want to put more cars into, specifically the 164 stuff. Then over here got my monster trucks, my Greenlight 73 to 79 trucks, as well as the 92 to 96 F250, F350s. Pretty much worked out quite well. Now, of course, this room here, it's not as large as my other at former location, but it's pretty much gonna have to do for now. Pretty much got this recently as well, a little, I guess, chibi style wolf, which technically should be have another place for stuff like that, but that's staying there for now. A couple monster trucks with some crush cars. Another section of assorted diecast. Then a stack of scale model kits that I'm looking at doing a video on shortly, which got some MPC 1/32 scale kits. 124s. This one here will probably get a lot of people's attention. A couple Camaros. Race vehicles. Another, yeah, this is the other box. And then this here, the Italy truck accessories. I do intend doing some with that once I get stuff set up to be working on tractor trailer units again. Then a tower here, which is a mix of die cast for right now, which eventually get turned in for model car parts. So that's pretty much how it's going. A couple Back to the Future items, as well as, well, found this at a yard sale quite a while ago now, which, seeing the resale price on these, figured keep it for as long as I can. And of course, DeLorean Christmas ornament, cassette deck from the movie, which this is the more common of them, though the cassette tapes with the soundtrack from the second and third movie are perhaps not as common, but you can find them every now and then. So, so pretty much a couple things here. I was intentionally, or had the intentions of putting another shelf unit on top of everything here, but just with how much I have on here right now, not really wanting to move everything around for the time being. So yeah, that's pretty much one of the sections so far. So yeah, moving on to the other side of the room now. Pretty much got where I'm looking at storing a bunch of my larger 124, 1/32 scale cars on top of the dresser unit. Got a couple loose NASCAR vehicles in the back, as well as my larger 1/18 scale vehicle collection. Now, I do have considerably more, but these are the only ones I have in the package for the time being. This was another thing I got not recently, quite a while ago, which I was happy to find, as I got a bunch of these F350s. Not exactly the greatest kit in the world, but having a kit with the 76, 77 front end's definitely worth it. Yeah, so pretty much a stack of Camaros, 69, 70, 73, or which one is this one? This is 72 actually. 79, then a 79 F-150, old 55 Buick, a couple more vehicles, and then of course gotta have the Kodak, started the Kodak collection, which want to get that set up eventually. T-Bird, another Camaro, that being a 67. So working way down. Got another section of my monster trucks. These ones being dedicated to Gravedigger, which has been around for quite a while, and then of course a couple variations between the Hot Wheels and Spin Master series, from throughout the years. Then a couple creature vehicles, Snakebite, Monster Mutt Husky, couple Hot Wheels dog canine monster trucks. Then of course a bunch of Hot Wheels Bigfoot trucks, pretty much being the 79 F250 style, of course being the 74 truck. Then a couple throwback designs with the ride-on trucks. And down below here, I was saying then this pretty much being my wolf collection of just various sculptures I've accumulated over the years. Pretty much, yeah, pretty much had a bunch of these for quite some time now. Pretty much varying in size and colors. Oh, and of course, a couple creature vehicles down below. Getting that sorted out. And in here's closet space, which get the light from up here. Pretty much storing a bunch of die cast in boxes, which I'm not sure if I want to get rid of anything or keep it for the time being. So, not sure what to do with a bunch of that. So it's just going to sit around for a while. Couple jammers cases with a bunch of loose cars. And this one here, this is a Tonka truck, which came from a farm set from the late 90s, which given the size would have been quite a large farm set that was included. And then going up above, got my whole collection of monster trucks, especially the scale model stuff, which is in the 3x4 format, so there's a total of 12 trucks. So we got Colt Cobra Snakebite USA 1 in the new and old style packaging, Bigfoot number 4, Bigfoot number 1 truck, which I called the number 2 based on the parts that are included. Then Bigfoot, I believe this would be like number 10. Truck number 8, I think it is actually. And then Bigfoot 35-year anniversary. And then another Bigfoot truck, which I believe these would have been Bigfoot 14 or 15 from 2005, which the truck itself is still the 96 style, whereas the real truck would have been using the newer 2005 Super Duty. And then these couple odd ones here, which is the Weirdos Dodge 15 or 2500s, being the monster truck formats, as well as a Gravedigger, which, of course, having Bigfoot, gotta have a couple rivalries, especially like USA 1. Got the Gravedigger truck, which, of course, with Gravedigger, still on the look for the Max D version, which would probably be something to get in the future. Then, of course, on the side, got the Peterbilt Wrecker, which I've had for a little while now. Quite an expensive kit to get, but got it well below market value. A couple other few things here and there. Couple race vehicles, some larger die casts, some scale models here and there. And then just shelves of no specific theme to them. Was looking at having this dedicated to monster trucks, but I've already got a lot of that set up already. Though do have this lower shelf of Lego Fast and Furious vehicles, which purchased the Skyline on release date, which was back in June, I think it was. It's got the Supra as well, same with the Honda S2000. Now a little bit hard to tell, but in the back here do have Dom's Charger, which picked up on discount many years ago now. So, glad to have gotten that. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Couple boxes of stuff need to go through. Some more model supplies. And then pretty much finishing it off with some more assorted die-casts. Like got Hot Wheels RLC cars, some monster trucks. Couple treasure hunt vehicles. More trucks. And of course some exclusive chase models, which have the chrome green paint. Then this section here is which is dedicated to pretty much mostly my extra Ford vehicles, being trucks and Broncos. Not sure, yeah, these are pretty much ones that I don't have a space for just yet, so instead of throwing them in a box and losing them somewhere, just throw them in here, call it a day. So yeah, probably go through these eventually which of course you say you're gonna go through, something, but what just ends up happening is it ends up sitting for months on end, and you realize that you're never going to do anything with it. So it's probably going to just stay like this for now. So yeah, that's pretty much a little tour on the new setup, which hoping to get a couple more videos out, and of course that with more videos out should grow the channel quite nicely. So yeah, it's been quite overdue to have a video out, so happy at least to have to get something out at least. So yeah. So hope you enjoyed, and thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully see you next time.